Vice Chancellor, Dr. K. Srivastava and the Chief Guest of today's program, Dr. Agarwal, Dynamic Director of Indian Institute of Technology, Jodhpur, Shri Narendra Goliaji, Managing Director, Instrumentation, and as rightly said by Honorable Director, the Bhamasha of Rajasthan, helping the institutes in general and society at large. Dr. Tiwari, very learned faculty of this institute, students and honorable guests. Let me begin by extending my heartful greetings to all the lovely teachers who are here in this conference halls at this right moment. This is the day when the society and the country recognizes their role, which is so tremendous that they create the responsible citizens, very innovative scientists, and one person who does this task very efficiently and very regularly is nothing but teacher. Teacher is a one small word which is very important in the life of each one of us. Whosoever is present today, if we recollect our moment in the past, we come from different backgrounds. We come from different places. One thing which is very common, I'm sure, about all of us, that at one point of time, we must have had the privilege of being taught by some of the best teachers of their times. And this is how we value the teacher. And it's a great honor for me to be part of this function when Indian Institute of Technology is honoring teachers for their great contribution, for the innovativeness, and also for their very rare initiatives. And I could see that some of those initiatives are with respect to breaking the barriers. Something which has never been thought of, something which has never been tried. One of them I was able to see with a lot of interest was the integrated BSc BEd program. If you ask someone, maybe 10 years back, that can you expect a program of BSc BEd in an Indian Institute of Technology, I think none of those persons would have agreed. But today we could see that such innovative programs are being arranged at the premier institute of the country. So this is how we move with the time, and this is how we change with the times. And teacher is a word which is affiliated with the profession of teaching. But I think if you take the overall message, that teaching is probably not the complete word. It is not the teaching, it is the educating the person. And education is more beyond the teacher and students, more beyond the classroom. We need to educate youngsters in such a way that they become responsible citizens. They give more to the society rather than taking from the society. And in the process, we create a very strong character of the person so that he becomes a great asset to the nation. That's the reason that we have great respect for teacher, because teacher inculcates so many positive things in building the character of the person. During our students' time, we come across different people, different teachers, then they influence our life in different ways. But one of the most important things which I feel that someone who teaches you at the primary school level, he is the one person, he or she is the one person who can really have a big impact. On this occasion, I would like to remember one of my teachers. Sir, I was studying in a remote village. The school was name of a place in far end of the corner of the village where 2 neem trees were growing. And those 2 neem trees are known as school. There was no room, there was no boundary, and most of the time there was no timing. Anytime, comfortably you come in, anytime you can leave. There was a tussle between the teachers and the parents. Parents were keen to take their children to the fields and farms to do the task in farming, and teachers very keen to retain them in school for as long as they can. So similar was the tussle between my parents and my teacher. And since we came from more poor family, so my parents were going to an adjoining village for earning their livelihood. And the tendency was that they will take all of us, we were half a dozen siblings, they will tend to take all of us along with them. At that time, 1 rupee was given to one child for working whole day in the farm in the adjoining village. So my teacher, I do not know who he was, what is his name, from where he came. But he made it a point before my father that you cannot take this boy as a laborer to the adjoining village along with you, because he is my one of the best students. I can tell you that fellow came to our village, came to our that 2 neem-based school, neem tree-based school. He was nothing less than a god for me. Had he not been there, I would not have today stood before you. This is the role a teacher can perform in the life of ordinary student who is born somewhere in the remote area, no access to any of the facilities, what to talk of the good education. But this is how a potential role of a teacher, and the responsibility of a teacher is to identify the talent from that crowd of the big people. And today, I pay my respect and homage. I have shared this story for the first time before any audience, not even my institute. But on this particular auspicious occasion, I really pay my homage to that great teacher, whom I do not know what name is and from where he came. But probably, if I remember I was in 3rd or 4th class at that time, and he came from the adjoining village, staying in our own village for overnight, and he was really doing a great job. And in extra times, he was keeping us and teaching us in the extra time without taking any remuneration. So this is how the important role of teacher is recognized in our society. And sir, in villages, teacher is not just one who teaches. He is a very respected fellow in the whole village. And he is not called by Shikshak or teacher, he is called by master. And master is master of everything. And I would end my these thoughts with the one couplet of Kabira. Guru Govind do khade, kaake lagu